It's dark, isn't it? Yes, it's very dark. It's almost like you're watching the last, well, episode 3 of season 8 of Games of Thrones. But at least I think you can still see me. Yes, right after that episode, it just killed me. The fact that Jon Snow was actually supposed to kill the Night King and didn't threw me off. And I think after that episode, it made a lot of fans really questioning how good this season was going to be. Then came episode 5, The Bells, where we see the Mother of Dragons turn, which seems to be on the toss of a dime. People complaining that there should be more. There should be a whole season on the Night King. There should be a whole season on Cersei and everything else. And then we get to the ending, and of course, not a lot of people liked it. A lot of it's because of the fans' expectations, and believe me, I was crying, and not for a good reason, but the fact that Jon Snow was kicked up north, really, and the writing wasn't really all that hot. Why is he bothering going up north if the Sullied are sailing away and everything else? But I stopped watching the negative reviews. I watched a thing called Thronecast. It's on Now TV. I listened to people with a positive opinion on it. I listened to a guy in work who's read the books and had a positive outlook on the show itself and explained to me different things about the last season, tried to put a positive spin on it, and it helped. And then when I watched the last episode again, just to see, and it worked okay for me. I think people were expecting a superhero ending and everything else, and that's not what Games of Thrones was all about. There's a petition there, and I've mentioned it in my last video, and just to people's displeasure, but again, it's one of these shows that it's happened, and we could blame everybody, like the author, for not getting the last book done, or leaving it in the hands of the two writers without really help write the show itself, which would have been much better if he didn't want to write the book. But I'm not here talking about Games of Thrones. The only reason why I brought it up is because the light on this video, and I've just watched it. But I also noticed a quote about, was it that new film where you have that bad sort of Superman bright burn or something, and somebody's tweeted, if you thought Zack Snyder's Superman was dark, then wait till you get a load of this. Then I noticed somebody's comment about how Zack Snyder didn't get him, and that at least this guy in this film isn't called Superman. And I'm like, what planet are you on when you look at Man of Steel and he's not even credited as Superman? He's not credited as Superman. He's credited as Kal-El and Clark Kent. And what I don't get from people that's maybe hating on Man of Steel, or that Zack Snyder doesn't get Man of Steel, the fact that he does get him, the fact that he puts Superman on a modern day world, that would definitely freak out if somebody was flying about and has the power of a god. I'm sure we would welcome that stranger with open arms and without any fear, that can just fly about the world, right? And then you've got the father that's very protective over this guy, over his son and everything else. You helped raise, probably through a lot of problems as well, because he was so different. And he knows one day, he's going to be on this planet himself. So what's the best way? And it's like the parents are not shoving their kid to be a superhero, they're just shoving them to try to live a normal life. But that wasn't what was in Clark. Clark always had this thing, and you saw that in Man of Steel. You saw this willingness to help. You know, without a costume on, he's jumping in the oil rigs, he's helping people at the staff. Basically, giving some of his powers away. He rescued the school bus while everybody noticing in Smallville, but he's putting others before his own well-being. That's Superman. So I don't know where you come from that Zack didn't get it. And also, you get these stories where Superman's doubting his, because he failed to save somebody, he's doubting himself. And I've just seen some people post that on Facebook, and I thought, that's one for the page. That's one that shows like Superman crying and wondering, why am I doing this and everything else. And that's what you need in a character. You need somebody with doubt. I hear this all the time. Oh, he's got to be confident. He's got to do this and that. But that makes a character boring. Have you? It's like having one of those friends that seem to know it all, or doesn't seem to worry about things. That after a while it starts irritating you. There's no threat, no danger. You look at Rocky, and he doubts himself, and he just wants to prove something to himself. To me, Rocky's up there with Superman and stuff. And then you get to the bit where he has to sacrifice a wee bit of his soul to save this family he doesn't know by wringing the neck of the last Kryptonian he knows it's out there, part of his family. He's putting Earth people first because he believes in life, and enduring it. He's got to tell the world it's fine. Listen, I'll go with these people. I don't want to injure or have these aliens come down and attack you guys. I'll go with them. I'll sacrifice myself and go with this guy called Zod. And then BVS, he tries to help, and constantly all the countries and politics is attacking him. Lex Luthor's playing mind games and everything else. He's got Lois is going to dangerous countries, putting herself at risk, and when he tries to help the people there, he gets blamed for the slaughter. And so, but what Zack was going to do and what his plan was going to do, he was going to give you the Superman, that we needed. The Superman that had been to the dark side, that was going to turn bad, which we've read about in the comics, right? We've all seen it in Infinite Crisis and stuff. The only people that don't see it are these people stuck in the past watching Christopher Reeve movies. But then again, what happened in Superman 3? That's right, we got a bad Superman. And you could say it was just because of the kryptonite, or was it just the inner badness that was within him that was protruded outwards, so it's instead of somebody, the good guy, keeping all that in check. So we would have had that, and by the time Zack had told his arc, we would have had a good sort of Superman story from him putting on the suit. And as he said in the comics, the suit doesn't make the hero, it's the person inside the suit. And he would have went up. It was like the trials of Hercules. He's got to go through all these trials before he becomes the hero that everyone loves. And that's the story that Zack wanted. Somebody that you could actually relate to, that has the power of the gods. And that is why Zack Snyder gets Superman more than any other director to date. Thank you. This is DC Vigilante. That's my truth.